When it comes to why the boards are asymmetric and how they work, it's not a type of board, it's not a flavor of board, but for me, I want to take the board in question, whatever the flavor you're after or enjoy riding, and apply a concept to it. So think of it as a concept. It's an asymmetrical application to a good design. Like this fish, for instance, is a very simple board. It's got a soft concave running top to bottom, but what I did is I moved the symmetrical reference over one's ankle. So always focusing on the way one's foot's working. You know, your pivotal reference is over the ankle, which is not in the middle of your feet, and you don't stand in the middle of the board either. So leaning onto one rail or another, which you're going to do, we try and empower whichever rail you're going to be on and best serve that reference of ability to change course or direction. So yeah, look at this board. It's got everything you'd normally see on a fish's toe rail, and then twisted rocker, offset, symmetry, and change of rail to enhance the changes that we make. You make them cohesive with one another, and a very pivotal reference on the heel. But think of it as just think of it as making only enough change to not be felt, but to promote freedom and have the board more responsive, more forgiving, but just work better in and out of any turn according to your foot's reference and your ability. So your ability to ride on your toes versus your heels is naturally different and pretty obviously explained, but those limitations and differences can be better suited with design. So here's a goofy foot channel bottom groveler, but it's almost hard to see the changes made because this is a performance board and less change is necessary to make it work. So with one's athleticism also demands more or usually less change for somebody who's requiring a very, very accurate craft. So the details incorporated change from one board to another, but they're always to promote freedom and enhance design as opposed to be something that is felt or distorted. So that's the concept applied to the boards, and that's why they look and maybe appear a little skew and twisted, but it's always to promote freedom. The question's often asked, are these only for good surfers? And once again, I can't say it more, but this is just a concept, and it's applicable to any board. Now, if you're a good surfer or perhaps just starting out, well, you need different boards. But that concept can be applied to any board. So if you're going to make a very buoyant, forgiving, easy to ride and catch meager wave board, well, you're still going to be riding with the certain way you're going to stand and have a tendency to be better on your toes than your heels. So your concept will be as applicable and maybe changed in the degree that board demands. But a pro with an incredible ability and preconceived muscle memory will need less change. So it's a concept it's relevant to anyone, and the application of design will be determined on whichever kind of model you're after. So pros need less help, we'd make less change. Entry level perhaps need more help, but within reference to the design they're riding, whether it's a longboard or a mid-length or even a small groveling shortboard, we can always make surfing not maybe easier, but surfing more available the way you're standing. So if our feet all look different, I don't see why the board shouldn't.